Hey everyone, Arenji here. I'm going to play a game of the early access version of Chaos Reborn. This time, not with myself, because we have the very, very mighty Ariianrhod, also known as Sephirin. Hello.
Hello.
And do
Hello.
you want to be your real name on this, or do you want to just be Sephirin?
My name is Brian, and yes, I'm playing as the great Ariianrhod.
Oh, you even pronounce it better than I do. And on the other wizard, we have the equally magnificent Krayzkrok, otherwise known as Adam. Hello.
Hello, how are you? I'm here.
We'll hope that very, very robotic microphone holds out for the duration of this game. So what we're going to do is we are going to play a 3-player game and talk about our strategy as we go along. So that might be a bit revealing, but I'm prepared to take the risk of everyone else knowing what I'm going to do. Although I still won't tell you if I'm going to play an illusion or not.
Mm-hmm.
So I even can put a webcam up here so people can see me. There we go. Right, now I'm ready and I've got half my 3 minutes to go. And so here we have a fairly symmetrical situation. Do I risk going for the blob in the middle? Sorry, the mana sprite. I'm focused on my GUIs. And I've got a staff of weapons.
We all do.
We all
Oddly
do.
enough.
Yes, that's not going to be a very diverse selection. So I guess we're all going to be going
3 squares, basically.
We're all going to be going lawful by the look of it. So I'm going to have to rush to do a first move. So I think I'm going to head in this direction. And I'm going to burn one spell because I want something to actually come out on my first turn. And then I'm going to go for my favourite early game creature, which is this elf.
Very nice. Okay, so since RNG has moved away from the one of the mana sprites closest to me, I think I'm going to try casting an eagle here. Okay, and that succeeded. And the reason for this is it will hopefully keep Krayzkrok away from the mana sprite that I'm not going for. And
cunning.
Yeah, that looks good.
So
It's kind of
Krayzkrok
unfortunate for him.
under pressure from both sides now.
Yeah.
It is. Well, if I head towards the one near Arenji, then I am going to be in some serious pickle from that elf. So that eagle, I can see that its attack range is just on the other side of the mana sprite. So I can actually move towards that mana sprite, and I can stop myself from being attacked by casting Julian's favourite spell, which is this one. Oh,
Oops.
oh dear. Now, of course, that was a 95% probability of success.
Welcome to chaos.
I very nearly cast an illusion because I often do for 95% probability spells.
Yes.
I was
So
going to
that's
say
gonna
if it had been Julian, he would have cast it as an illusion, I'm sure.
Yeah, you would. And just when I pressed the cast button, I knew I should have done that.
Now, as Unstable Voltage would say, that's problematic. This is his favourite catchphrase. Right. I guess I can... Well, I can move my elf forward so it's next to the mana sprite and forces Krayzkrok to stay under pressure, although he could move and magic bolt it from that distance. So there's always a bit of a risk. But the chances are he'll be dead before he gets a chance to do that. So I think I'm just going to play slightly safe here and let's just move up one, move my wizard in range of the sprite, and now I need to cast something I have no mana because I used it all to boost my elf. Honest. So I have to decide whether I'm going to take a risk or burn something. And I am going to, I think, just try and get a magic shield out. And it does not work. Chances are I'll have another magic shield in there somewhere.
Probably. Well, my first move is going to be to try and kill Krayzkrok, which probably won't work.
20% chance.
Yeah. Nope. Okay, you're fine. No problem.
It's good for good for the video anyway.
Yes. I do have a skeleton in my hand, which I'm thinking in this match might not be that great of a creature because we all have a staff of weapons. So I'm thinking of burning that. Okay. And I don't have a shield yet. I will go for a magic bow. And I have 2 of them in my hand at the moment, so I'm not going to boost it at all. Because I figure if I fail the first one, I can boost the second one, and it worked. Now, in the past, when the magic bow could have a range of 7 or 8 with multiple casts, I would definitely have boosted that.
Yes.
Okay.
That was a bit overpowered.
Yes.
So I've got a 33% chance of killing this eagle if I attack it with my wizard. Which are not odds I like. So, rather than burning this vengeance spell, which I was going to do, I'm actually going to cast it on the eagle, which is 94% chance of success.
Aha.
Assuming I cast it, of course.
Here it goes. Oh, it's
And
an
it was an
illusion.
However, despite that, at least I can now get onto this mana sprite.
Yes.
Very good.
Things are looking better than they did 2 moves ago.
Yes. Not unhappy, I should think, by that result. Okay. I am going to grab my mana sprite, obviously. My mana is now up to 28. And I can now guarantee my magic bow if I want to. And I think probably that's what I'll do. What do you guys think? Would you prefer, given my situation, to have a magic sword or a magic bow, or indeed in any situation? Do you prefer one over the other?
Well, unless you have a mount, the sword, I think, is less useful.
Yeah, I'd agree with that, because a mount, you can rush in and attack with the mount, and also with the wizard with the sword. Plus, you've got the protection of the mount.
Yeah, when you have a manticore, for example, and a sword against a naked wizard, that's a very powerful combination.
Yes, yes. I have actually found, I think, that the bow is not all that great if you're not mounted either, because if you're in range of something at range 3 and you miss, then you end up being attacked by the thing you were firing at. So sometimes it can be better to have a sword and just charge in Leroy Jenkins style and make the best of it. But I think I'm going to go for a bow in this situation because nobody else is nearby. And I'm going to boost it to 95%, which is like Krayzkrok's dwarf. And there we
Well
go. Success this time. Okay, and end my turn.
Okay, now I do have an elf that I would very much like to get out, but it may be worth waiting for the law to go up a little bit more. Okay, I know what I'm going to do. Okay, I attempted to cast the Manticore and failed, which is as expected. I will grab my Mana Sprite, and over to you, Krayzkrok.
Now, how much mana
Right.
do you actually get for failing a Manticore? Do you know?
I should be able to do the math quickly, right? What's the Mana Sprite? 25?
25?
So it looks like I got 5.
5. Yeah, it's
Yep.
not great. So when you fail a Hydra, you get 10 or something, which means it's much
Hmm.
better to cast and fail than to try and burn the thing.
Right, right.
If you
Very
can
good
spend,
point.
if you can waste a turn.
Mhm.
Right, so I'm actually relatively safe at the moment. So what I might do, my best chance of casting anything at the moment is a magic sword, and I do actually want things to go a little bit more lawful anyway. And not that I should have told you that. So I'm going to try casting a magic sword. However, I have a little bit of hold on, let me press the right button. I have a little bit of spare mana, so I might actually boost it slightly. Because 78% chance for me is like 2%. So I'm just gonna boost it very slightly. There we go. Ah, it worked. Fantastic.
Good
Now
skills.
I think I might. Yes, I don't like being in that position actually. I'm just gonna move here. I've got a bit more space, a bit more room to breathe, and there you go.
This is quite unusual for most of the games I've been playing recently, where you're almost immediately kind of under pressure and on the defensive. But because this is a big ring, we're just kind of dancing around the outside of it.
None of us wants to be the first to die.
Well, yeah, kind of embarrassing, I suppose.
Also, there's an interesting dynamic with 3-player games, and to a certain extent with 4-player games, because you're always hoping the other 2 players are going to go at it first,
Yes.
so that you can then sort of wade into these weakened combatants with the day.
Yes, that's very true. Now, if it's going to go more lawful, I may leave my law spells until you guys have done the work boosting them. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just shuffle around a bit. Bring my trusty elf along, and I'm going to try and get an eagle at 93%. There he is. And now I'm running out of law spells now. I've only got a couple left, so everything else is kind of chaotic. So if you could all just stop casting law now, that would be great. Thank you.
So, if I move it all toward Krayzkrok, I will be in potential blob range. Which means that if I do that, then I should have a creature out who's out of blob range. In case Krayzkrok decides to blob me, I can then hopefully free myself. So, I will try a goblin there. If I'm reading 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, okay. So then I can move up 1 and still be somewhat safe. Now, one thing I did forget about is, of course, the Mega Bolt, which has a range of 4. So he could potentially bolt me right now.
That's true.
I could, actually, by burning a few cards and dash in, but if it fails, then I'm in trouble. I don't tend to like those cheesy things, to be perfectly honest. I might just have to try something a little bit different. I think at this stage, I would feel more comfortable bringing a creature out. But the other spell that I have is a magic shield, and I really like magic shields. They do make quite a bit of difference in terms of survivability to wizards, in my experience. And I reckon I've got one more move that I can afford to screw around. So I'm going to cast a magic shield, and 73% chance, which I don't like, so I'm going to boost that up a little bit. Boost it at 80%, which is still not very good, but here we go.
Oh.
It failed. You see, I often think to myself, especially with a spell, with a staff like this, with a Mega Bolt, that I want to try and keep as much mana as I can for those spells. But then, of course, I end up not boosting spells as much as I should, which perhaps is a change in strategy that I need to start making.
If I were you, I'd blame the internet connection.
Yeah,
always
that's probably it, yeah.
So I was going to change targets because I thought, oh no, Krayzkrok's going to have a defense of 8 and I'm never going to be able to penetrate that with my little eagle. But now he looks kind of vulnerable sitting there.
He does. I would definitely go for Krayzkrok.
Yeah, would you? Would you really?
A stronger move, yeah.
I thought so. Okay, right. should have loads of, defences against this, but let's see what we can draw out. And if I have the elf follow, force Krayzkrok to move round the other side, and RNG. Now, I am running out of spells that are any use. And I have
Yes,
no
I have many
mana.
weapons in my hand.
Yes. I don't know what to cast now. I'm just going to try this one. Aha! Spider.
Golden spider.
Golden
Armor.
spider, yes. They look so cute, don't they?
They do. They kind of lose their creepiness
When
with
they've
all the
got armour.
jewelry.
Yes, that's right. They do look a lot more suspicious when they're... Have I done? I'm done, aren't I? Oh, I could move my wizard. I don't think I will.
Now, Krayzkrok, you were talking about possibly burning your cards to bolt me using your Mega Bolt. Obviously, in a 3-player game or a 4-player game, that's an even more difficult move to make because of the fact that you're then going to have less cards to fight the other players, even if you do succeed in killing the wizard you're bolting.
Exactly.
That's a move I could make right now as well, but I don't think I will because then Tess
That
will,
had crossed my mind.
yeah. So 2, 3. Figure you've got to have a bow in your hand. So I'm going
There
to
are moments in this game. Sorry.
What's that?
I was going to say there are moments in this game when you think, do I go for the potential easy win? Or do I continue with a slower strategy simply because it's more interesting?
Yes. I must admit that in Chaos that was always the case, but in Chaos Reborn I tend to just go for the easy win when I see it. I think, I'm never going to get that chance again.
Well, and it depends who you're playing as well.
Yeah.
Like Obsilium and Ped, I think are two of the stronger players I've encountered. And when I'm playing against one of them and I have a 60% shot, okay, I'll take it because my odds of winning are probably less than that.
Yes. Quite
Okay,
right.
right. So now that my wonderful magic shield has failed, I need some defense quickly. And I do have some defense. And I think it might be enough to possibly keep me safe. So I'm going to cast an elephant. It's got very high defense. And casting chance is 50%, which is very bad. However, I've got plenty of mana to boost it up. So I'm going to boost it up, to be honest, as far as I can. Because otherwise I'm in serious trouble if this doesn't work. So I'm going to cast it at 68%. And it works.
Very good.
So I'm going to get on it and hide.
Now, despite the fact that Krayzkrok has given us a detailed explanation of the 68%, I'm still quite suspicious that might be an illusion.
I am as well.
And since I'm in complete safety over here at the time, I'm going to use this opportunity to cast a disbelief on that elephant. Oh, but he was telling the truth. Okay. He was telling the truth.
He's an honest man.
Okay, he is. He is. Yeah. I don't know. I thought I had him there. So we've got elves sitting on opposite sides of the board here, and I guess I need to... The spider is probably my best bet of trying to put that elephant under some pressure. And where is the eagle going to go? I guess we just kind of hover threateningly. And the elf can... Now, if I move my elf next to the spider, then theoretically Krayzkrok could come in and blob it if he has a blob. No reason why he wouldn't have a blob. He hasn't got a staff of growths, but that doesn't mean he doesn't have a blob. After all, anybody looking at my screen can see that I do have a blob. So I'm going to make sure my elf just stays one space apart. and I think that keeps them, one of them, safe anyway. And then RNG can come up here. There we go.
Well, I don't want to get too close to Krayzkrok now because he has a real elephant, and I'm just, naked. I don't have anything. I do have a bow. I have a bow, and my snazzy aura, which I've discovered can be helpful sometimes. It does intimidate opponents. Although then usually what they do is team up against me because they're afraid of my aura.
I haven't noticed being teamed yet. Maybe they're just afraid of my luck.
Well, I do notice that the two gods are kind of teaming up on poor Krayzkrok right now.
Yeah, I have noticed this.
It can change fairly quickly.
I just don't have a whole lot of useful spells here.
Right, so
feel
this
that-
is not looking too good.
No.
You feel that?
Yeah, I can feel your pain there. You're getting squished here. Just break out
Well,
that
you
mega
see.
bolt and everything will be fine.
Now, in a situation like this, with fairly low-powered creatures heading towards me, I often like to put something in the way that can perhaps slow them down a bit. So I'm going to try and cast Shadow Wood, and get 5 of these. So I'm going to put them in various annoying positions for the enemy. Oh, actually, that's not a good place. Let's go back. Oh, now it cancels the whole thing. Try it again. There. And I see, I can put one. That's where I made my mistake. One there, one there, one there, and one there. Now, I'm going to boost it slightly as well because you can't make an illusory Shadow Wood, so this either works or it doesn't work. And because this is fairly critical to my survival, I think I'm going to boost it a bit more than I would normally. So here we go. Excellent.
The goblin is shaking in fear.
And I'm going to, no, I'm not going to move back because otherwise, yes I am. I'm going to move just here because if that eagle flies in, then it's got 2 Shadow Woods next to it. That's going to attack it if it fails.
Not to mention an elephant and a wizard with a sword. I think it's pretty much a suicide bid, and it's only an 11% chance on that elephant, so it doesn't seem like a good idea. A good use of my... If you were naked, of course, I would dive in for the chance to kill, but it doesn't seem wise. Now, why is my eagle doesn't seem at all afraid of the tree, whereas your poor goblin over there is quivering away?
It could be that the trees are not very tall, so the eagle is just flying above.
That must be what it is. Okay. Now that elf, I'd like to bring my eagle down to the middle somewhere so I can travel across the map, but that elf is covering a very large amount of space. So I may just have to retreat. I'll pull the eagle back. You see, those trees are very effective. They have, in fact, put me off going in that direction entirely. Even though with my spider, I could go in and I've got a 25% chance to... Do you actually web trees with the spider, or do they instantly die? I think they instantly die, don't they? You can't web trees.
Gosh, I'm not sure.
Yeah. I've never seen a webbed tree, so I'm going to guess it probably
Yeah,
is.
I think-
There's only one way to find out, of course.
Yes, there is, and you will not you will not be seeing it. So I'm just gonna, I think, go back the other way and let's see what I can do. I know what I can do. Is this time for justice?
No comment.
Let's try justice. I'm going to try it on the elephant and on Ariianrhod, however you pronounce that. and on the that really irritating elf. So it's 82% on the elephant, 67% on the elf, and 41% on the wizard. I have no mana to boost it, so here we go. That was very anticlimactic.
I'm very sad.
Very disappointing.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
So I shall bring my elf up here and just peck away at these trees. And end my turn.
Yeah, the shadow wood, I feel, has really shifted the focus off of Krayzkrok, and right now I'm looking at the mana sprite in the middle, heading in that direction. Now, of course, if Justice had been successful and that elephant were gone, I'd be more inclined to brave the trees and try and take down Krayzkrok, but I don't see... it's just going to be awfully tough to get to him. Now, my elf can move within range of the elephant and shoot at it. That's a 20% chance. Well, I might as well take a swipe at one of these trees with my goblin, and then I can move... Oh, okay. Well, that does change things a little bit.
The elf still can't quite get through to see the elephant, or can it?
I believe it can, yes.
Oh, it can shoot through the gap between the rock and the tree.
Well, the shadow trees don't block line of sight currently, is my understanding.
Really?
Yeah. Oh.
Oh dear.
Well, I
That
just
was
had a
very
nice
lucky.
run of luck there.
I was going to say,
The whole line of sight thing is quite interesting, because I think in this game it just works on kind of, they've got a hitbox around each unit, so if you can shoot between two hexes, chances are you'll find a space between the two.
yeah, I do feel that the line of sight is going to get tweaked in future updates.
And I hope they include some tools to make it a little more obvious what's happening. It's not very intuitive currently, the line of
No.
sight mechanic. I'm never sure,
So
am I out of line of sight? Am I in line of sight?
So you're saying that if I move my wizard behind that shadow wood, then your elf will still be able to hit the wizard, even though it's
That has
directly
been my
behind.
experience. Yeah, that has been my
That's
experience.
a serious problem.
Even directly behind. I suppose I did get hit the other day by. It was actually in our game, wasn't it, Brian, where I got hit with the giant rock over the top of my skeleton. So that made sense, because the giant was
Yes.
taller than the skeleton, so it could just kind of see over. But that tree looks pretty big.
Yeah, and I don't know if it was... have I cast a spell yet this turn? I haven't. I better finish up here and stop talking. Let's see here. Okay, we'll just go for a sword. Always a good choice, and that was successful. Okay. Well, Krayzkrok, you have not had the best luck in the world in this
No, I
match.
haven't.
Maybe it's about to
This-
turn around.
I have not had the best luck in the world, full stop. It's actually applicable to my entire Chaos Reborn experience in the last few days. Well, if your elf can shoot me through that tree, potentially, which I'm not entirely sure about, but you say that it will happen, so that has me very nervous. So that means I have got really two possible ways out of this situation. One is to cast a mount and get on it, which I don't have very good chances of because I don't have much mana left. The other thing is to cast this spell, which could, if I'm lucky, get me out of a sticky situation by becoming a sticky situation.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Yes,
Very
that's
good.
exactly what I
Very
wanted
good.
it to do. So it's blob the elf. So I'm now safe from that, so I can start to move away, I think. But I'm not sure. I don't want to tempt the attention of Arenji's creatures over there, so I'm just going to move over here to the start with. There's nothing else to attack, so that's the end of that.
Now, the interesting thing here is that the game is telling me I can hit you. And
Yeah, with the elf.
with
Yeah.
the elf, and would you believe it's the hex just in front of this tree over here, towards me. And if I move there, I've got a 33% chance shot, like Legolas the elf, between two trees, which just is completely infeasible since, you know, their arms are in the way. So I'm going to be firing through under one of their armpits and through the middle of the other tree into your face. So a 33% chance, and chances are I'll lose my elf if it doesn't work. So it's a gamble.
And
And
it's a
then-
gamble I'm hoping will not work,
It's a
because then
gamble
you look at all
I'm
that
hoping you
mana.
won't take.
Sorry, what was that? I missed that bit.
He said it's a gamble he's hoping you won't take, and I'm
Yeah.
hoping it will fail and your elf will die.
Yes. But, you know, you only live once, right? Here we go.
Yeah, I think it's the right.
Oh!
Okay. Well, I'm not blobbed anymore. That's good, I guess.
I think that was really unfair, really. I think you shouldn't be able to shoot like that through trees. It's just, it's
You
not
should
on,
not
really.
know. It's not the JFK arrow.
No. Okay. Now I feel flushed with success. And I don't know about you, but whenever I kill someone, I immediately start taking big risks and thinking that I'm
Bloodlust.
invulnerable. That's right. So the eagle's flying over here now. RNG's coming round. I'm too scared to go for that mana though. What am I going to do with Spider? I think Spider can just be obedient and follow me.
Doesn't that creep you out?
Just look behind you and there's this thing kind of rattling away at your footsteps.
They've made it considerably creepier now with the spider sound effects, the little legs
Yes, yes.
battering along. It's quite impressive.
So I'm going to use a bit of my mana now to see if I can get the rest of my weapons out. And I've acquired a sword.
You do realise that in killing me, I'm just going to sit here and make sarcastic comments.
That's entirely why I hired you for this gig.
I'm kind of sad that Chaos does not have a dragon or a strong. I don't feel the Hydra is that strong of a creature, and I feel when I don't get a Sapphire Dragon in my deck that I'm at a disadvantage to someone who does. And I have a Hydra in my hand right now. It's just with a mobility of only 2.
You'll just spend the whole game running around the side of the map.
Yep, that's pretty much it. Yeah.
It would have been good against those blobs though if they'd have stayed.
Yeah,
is
the
true,
advantage of the
yes.
Hydra, once you do get it in close, if there's a lot of creatures, it really comes into its own with that multi-way attack.
I don't think I've had a successful Sapphire Dragon in the whole time I've been playing this so far. At least not one that's lasted more than one turn.
Well, and they're big targets too, of
They are,
course.
yes.
I've had 2. I have been keeping count. In both cases, they won me the game.
All right.
I think it's because it freaks out the other person. It's like, oh no, a dragon. And now that it doesn't do its chicken dance, it's even more intimidating.
It is another big stomp. I was so pleased to see that had the chicken dance had gone. It can now go into ancient lore. Do you remember when it had a chicken dance? Now I'm a bit
No.
bemused here where this goblin has placed itself within 4 hexes of my elf.
It's a very deep strategy.
Is
very
it?
Deep.
Mm.
Extremely deep, yes. No, it's I don't know if it's the right move or not. I'm thinking that I'll be able to, if you shoot at my goblin, then I'll be able to shoot at your elf with my elf, or if you move into range to shoot at my elf, then I can hit you with both the goblin and the elf.
Oh, I
That's
see.
my thinking.
Yes.
I'm not
Yes.
sure if that's. I don't know. I don't know if that's correct or not.
That's
We'll
true.
find out.
I hadn't thought about going for the elf directly, because I just thought that I would die to the goblin. Okay, we have a dwarf. That's pretty much 100% chance, I think, or nearly.
As I'm
Pretty
guessing.
much 97. Yeah.
It's the battle of the tiny creatures here.
Yeah, it's not a real exciting deck that I have.
Okay, I'm going to just take a pot shot at the goblin.
And that worked. Very good.
Now, I can't move forward because it puts me in range of the elf, who will be able to move forward and hit me if I stay where I am. But I only have to move back one space to stay out of range, so I shall do that. And now I could attack that dwarf with my eagle, but it's an 8% chance to hit, so there's not much point in doing that. I could move... I'm going to move further away and risk being hit by the flying hammer from the dwarf in the hope that I can fly in for a kill shortly afterwards. And we'll keep moving RNG round the side. And the spider... Yeah, I think the spider can just keep following. Tappity tap. Now, what else am I going to do? Let me see. I've got 33 mana left from that kill. So I can boost one spell. I have one mount. And I have one giant. Which one do I want to boost? It's a very difficult choice. I am going to take a risk and try the giant, because if this works, I think it would give me a quite significant tactical advantage, assuming it doesn't immediately get magic attacked. It's failed, and that's most of my mana has gone away.
Okay, that's good. I don't have to worry about the eagle.
Very disappointed.
I'm thinking I need to get down and try and surround that sprite with a shadow wood. It's really the only play I can think of right now. And as usual, I'm not sure about the line of sight dynamics here. Well, that's not very helpful.
You won't be able to cast many from that cliff, I shouldn't think.
No, I just realized that. I will go for this Hydra instead. And that work, which is as expected.
So you're all suffering because you killed me.
I think that may be the case, yes.
Yeah.
And what to do with the elf? I think that our elves are just going to be standing, staring at
It's
each
a
other.
Mexican
for a
standoff,
while.
isn't it, over there?
Yeah. Okay, that's good enough. Yeah, this is a very large arena. I'm not... plus, I don't have any mounts, so I don't have any mobility, which is difficult with this deck because it's heavy on weapons, which you really
Yes.
need mobility to use.
It would have been slightly more interesting if we'd have had different staffs and therefore a slightly different selection of spells.
You know what else would have been more interesting?
What's that? You not dying?
You haven't killed me.
Well said, well said. Yes.
Well, I have a tangle vine, but I can't really get close enough to the vine to block anybody off. So I'm going to try Plan B, which is a fail. Okay, all right.
I think
Spider.
you're supposed to rush each other and attack.
Yeah, I'm
No,
thinking that might
we're
be,
going to have another 2 hours of this.
I
We're
know,
only on
right?
turn 10. Oh dear. Okay.
Isn't that what Jack Aubrey always said in the Patrick O'Brien books? Never mind manoeuvres, just go straight at it.
If you say so. Well, I've got all my spells visible now. Have you run out of spells yet?
My deck is empty, yes. I
Yeah.
still have spells in my hand, but I don't have any more to draw. I will attempt a magic shield, which would be very useful, because I suspect this is going to come down to us battering at each other.
Yes, and I do not have a shield because I wasted my earlier one without boosting it, thinking that I would obviously get another one in my hand, and did not.
Karma.
I'm assuming a blob will be coming out here soon.
Yes, I think you assume correctly.
You did mention it earlier on, so we've all
I
been
did.
waiting for it.
I did. Okay. First down into the centre. Okay, now I can attack with my spider either the dwarf at 54% to web or 64% on the goblin. But if I go down to the bottom, I shall put myself in range of the eagle. And in fact, if I go up the top, I shall put myself in range of the not the eagle, the elf.
I'm gonna
Elf.
say,
The other thing with an E. It looks like it's got wings, but actually it's a boat. Right. And
It does look a little bit like that.
so, do I waste my spider on getting a slight tactical advantage? Did I ever get the bow? Did I get a bow? I didn't get a bow.
I didn't see a bow on you when I
No,
checked.
No, I only have a sword. Disappointing.
Yeah, the luck has definitely run my way this game.
So if I just move forward here, and since I have a blob, let's see if I can get it out.
Okay.
Bloop.
Now, supposedly
That's the
in the
second.
last...
Oh, I do have a bow. Look, a little bow on my back. It just, when I looked at my info screen, it doesn't say anything about having a bow.
Oh, that's what I was looking at too. Huh.
So apparently, I can just kill that.
no,
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Blob's first victim.
And I've cast a spell. The spider hasn't moved. If it's blobbed, no, I don't get to kill it instantly if it's blobbed, do I? I still have to web it first, I think.
I would assume you still have to web it, yes.
So
But Arenji, if you've got a bow, then why can't you shoot that elf?
Too far away.
I'm too far away.
Really? What's the range?
There's
of
a
bow?
range of 3.
It's only
Oh.
3.
3.
It's been nerfed since I last realised what the range was.
Yes, it used to be that you got one range every time you cast another one, which would have
Yes, that
made
was
it completely
very powerful.
overpowered. Especially when it was one of very few spells in the deck, and you had 5 of them in one deck.
I like that version.
Okay.
Okay, I've managed to free my goblin there, which doesn't really do me a whole lot of good. We'll take a thwack at your blob there.
So we both have bows. I see.
Oh, and I can't shoot your elf. Okay.
You're out of range, presumably.
And my giant did not want to show his face. That's all right.
Oh, my blob! My blob!
It is nice to get some mana from those blobs.
That's not its intention.
Yeah, when someone mentioned the other day on the forums that they just regarded shadow woods as a free source of mana, I started looking at them somewhat differently.
A mana farm.
It is only, was it 2 mana for a blob? 3 mana for a blob. And I think similar for a shadow wood. You won't get rich. You won't get rich off it. I played against someone earlier today who just didn't seem to grasp the concept that trees could attack him back. So he was attacking my trees with his wizard, and every turn I had a 27% chance to hit him, and it took about 3 turns, but eventually he died. I just couldn't quite understand what he was doing.
Maybe you thought 27% was a suitable risk.
Yeah, maybe. Not for 3 mana.
But it's amazing how they add up, these things.
Okay, what can I do?
I'm kind of assuming you don't have enough mana for a bolt.
That would be if I even had a bolt.
Mega bolt.
Yes, a mega bolt. Yeah,
60.
Yeah, that's true. No, I do not. But I have not actually burned anything apart from 1 card so far. So I could burn 1 or 2 of my last cards for a emergency boost here. And I think this might bring the game more rapidly to a conclusion. I can't say which direction, but yeah. So I'm going to throw that one away and that one away, and this is kind of... Let's charge in.
This looks like it could be bringing it to a rapid conclusion.
There you go.
Yes, that's not looking good now, is it?
And now I need to rush in before he has a chance to recover. Or indeed blobs me back or hits me with a Mega Bolt. He has been sitting on a large pile of mana for a while, so I'm expecting the Mega Bolt to hit me now.
Yes, I do indeed have a Mega Bolt. And I have to decide the 3 places I want to hit.
Well,
obviously, if I don't kill you, RNG, I want to release at least one of my creatures so that they can hopefully then release me from the blob. Let's see, the spider. And I do have a shield as well. I wonder what the chance of the spider. 30%. Okay, well, I'm not 100% sure if this is right or not. I'm going to go and try and unblob both of my creatures.
well, I have no shield of my own, so I'd say you've got a pretty good chance of killing me.
71%, so yeah, hopefully that'll just be the end of it. Nope.
No.
And it didn't do anything. It didn't free my creatures.
Wow.
Okay. Well, okay, now you can't get to me with your spider.
That's just typical chaos, isn't it, right there?
That is typical chaos, is that? What are the chances, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think your elf has a very good chance either. 11%, I think. So, well, we'll see.
Yeah, that's true. I can come in here.
I think 11% is actually a better chance than hitting 3 creatures with a Mega Bolt and not doing any damage.
Well, I've got 33% on the elf, so that could... Or do I just go for the 11% on the wizard?
Well, I don't know. I don't know if anything's getting out of there.
No. I'm going to go on the...
Okay.
Oh, 33%.
Good.
Whittle you down. Okay.
Now I see that the turns have been set to 25. How did that happen now? I was hoping I could wait this out, but it doesn't look good now.
Oh, I forgot I'd have to web that first. I thought I was just going to kill it. Oh well. Right, I do have 20% on Ariianrhod. Can you actually fire a bow from a blob? Or you can't do anything while you're in there apart from cast a spell?
I don't think I can do any combat actions. All I can do is cast spells.
Uh-huh. Well, if I want to hit anything, I have to move forward one. And it's a 20% chance. No. Oh, I have a spell to cast as well. Okay. Is this even worthwhile? Okay.
Now I do have to say I'm not sure. See, now I have a shot at you with my bow. Oh no, you're right. I'm sorry. That's why you asked that question.
Yeah.
Obviously, I can't shoot you if I'm entrapped, so not a big deal. You're fine. Really, if I had a direct magic attack, I could free myself. I do not. The only card I have left to play is Shadowwood. I mean, I have more cards than that, but none that would be helpful in this situation. So, yeah, that's going to be kind of tough. But I will try to get my little Shadowwood out.
It's going to get in the way of the elf anyway.
All right, fire away.
Okay. Trees everywhere.
Oh.
Well, I
if
don't.
I can survive.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I don't have any more creatures. Or actually, I have one, but I need to preserve all my creatures now, so I can't take any risks. So what I can do, I think, is fire at you and then kind of run away.
Yeah, because the blob. It's possible the blob might die out on me next turn, and.
Yeah.
Oh no, that didn't do it.
So now I have to stay out of range of the tree. My skeleton can't do anything, can't reach anything apart from a tree, so I'm mana farming.
This is really very exciting, given the fact that absolutely nothing is happening.
It's a tense finish, and I can apparently fire over the. I can apparently fire over the top of my skeleton. Well, I suppose he's on a lower level, so that kind of makes sense. So I shall peck away.
Yeah, I don't know if there's actually a logic to the line of sight mechanics right now. I think it may just be, oh, the skeleton's on a lower level, so it makes sense. I don't know that there is actually that logic. Maybe. I don't know.
And my final creature?
That's good.
And end the turn.
Okay, I'm still stuck. Oh, I do have a gooey blob.
Oh no! just mention it in passing. Oh, where did that come from? I didn't even notice that. Oh, that's so funny. It's like I didn't know what this spell was. I was just sat on it the whole game and.
Okay, but I let's see. I'm going to burn one of my bows here so I can boost that up a little bit. Okay, well that's helpful.
It's disgusting.
I'm just going to go and get a cup of tea. I'll be back.
Oh no, he's free now.
No, I'm sure you'll kill me this turn. I'm sure that's what's going to happen. Victory is within my grasp, and then, yeah.
Well,
just bring your elf up and take the shot.
It's only 11%.
Oh, okay. We've got 10 turns to go. Okay, the skeleton's free. Now RNG is going to be free, I assume.
Well,
And then RNG is going to shoot me. Very good.
and I can shoot you, or I can free my spider.
The poor spider looks like it's having a fit.
It does, doesn't it?
Added that to its listening to some great music.
Yes. It's got kind of little headphones over its head, hasn't it? I just got killed in one of my other games by I blobbed an eagle, and the wizard freed the eagle using a magic bolt, but it stayed in its kind of sickened green state even after it was free. So it's flying around the map looking like it was flopping limply. It's very, very sad. So, see, I need to decide. I know you have a bow, and you've got a 33% chance to hit me, apparently. I don't know why you've got a better chance than I have to hit you.
You don't have a shield.
Oh, that's right. So if I were to attempt to free the eagle could fly away, and then I could move safely out of range.
Yes, I was just going to say you're trapped by your own blob right now. If you free the eagle and move the eagle, then you can move away.
Yeah. So let's try that. It didn't work.
Okay.
That's not good. So I've got no options left. I cannot get far enough away to avoid the bow. If I go down to the bottom of the steps, I'm still
Might work.
I'm still in bow range, I think, aren't I?
You are, but I don't know if you move to the closer to me on the bottom. I don't know. You might be out of line of sight there.
Next to the tree.
Yep. I didn't say there were no disadvantages to making that move. I mean, there are obviously sacrifices that have to be made, but that might put you out of the range of the bow. Maybe.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Yeah. Oh, hang on. There's a solution. Let's try this. I'm gonna subvert the shadow
My
wood.
blob? Oh.
What? Oh, I missed my turn. A disaster.
Oh no, you ran out of time. I told you, the 3-minute timer can be tough.
And now I'm blobbed again. Oh.
I'm going to use this as evidence in the forum next time you contribute to the 1 minute.
Oh. Come on then, put me out of my misery.
Okay, now I do have another bow in my hand, so I'm going to burn my last card aside from the bow, and I'm going to cast. That gives me +2 attack. It used to be only +1. It's +2 now. Okay. So that gives me now a 43% chance.
GG.
Very good game. Very good
GG.
game. It actually ended up pretty entertaining at the end there.
Yes, I would love to know what would have happened if I'd have managed to subvert the tree and also hide under the cliff, because that could have gone for another 10 turns there.
Yeah, it's unfortunate you ran out of time on that one. Yeah.
Okay, well let's close out
the way most of my games do.
Well, you close out the video. Thank you everyone for joining us. That was Chaos Reborn, the Early Access Edition version 0.22. Join us all at chaosreborn.com and get involved in the fluky deaths and despairing last-minute lunges with a magic bow. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Thank you for watching.
Thanks a lot.